So everything took a hard turn when I was about 12, 13. My parents divorced.
Cried about him today. I expected my heart to break.
I got exposed to a lot. I got exposed to drugs, alcohol, fights.
Andrew Huberman, a name that resonates with success in the realms of neuroscience and academia. Yet, behind the accolades lies a story not commonly known, marked by struggle and transformation. From a turbulent youth to a beacon of scientific excellence, Huberman's journey is nothing short of remarkable. Join us as we unfold the layers of this extraordinary tale, shedding light on the resilience of the human spirit. Early years. Born into the vibrant cityscape of San Francisco in 1975, Huberman's formative years were nurtured in an environment rich in learning and academic stimulation. In Huberman's early life, a clear passion for science was evident, a trait that filled his childhood with curiosity and wonder. His mother, a dedicated stay-at-home teacher, and his father, a physicist, played pivotal roles in kindling this early interest. As a young boy, Huberman was fascinated by science. His childhood memories are sprinkled with hours spent in pet stores, cataloging fish, a testament to his desire to understand and categorize the world around him. This childhood, however, took a dramatic turn with the divorce of his parents. As he approached his teenage years, this change marked a significant shift in his life trajectory. What was once a secure and nurturing environment became a source of instability and turmoil. The divorce brought with it high conflict and distress, altering the familial landscape Huberman once knew. As a result of these tumultuous changes, Huberman's home life became a shadow of its former self. His father, who had been a pillar of stability and inspiration, was no longer a constant presence. Meanwhile, his mother grappled with severe depression, leaving a young Huberman to navigate these challenging waters largely on his own. This period of his life was marked by a sense of neglect and loss, contributing to a feeling of being adrift in a sea of chaos. The divorce set off a chain of events that would steer Huberman away from the path of academic pursuit and into a world far removed from the scientific interests of his early years. It was the beginning of a journey marked by struggle, a stark contrast to the promise and potential of his early life. The downward spiral. In a significant departure from his early life steeped in science and learning, Andrew Huberman's teenage years were marked by a descent into a world far removed from his academic interests. Huberman became increasingly drawn to the streets, seeking a sense of belonging that he no longer felt at home. The streets of San Francisco, with their own rules and culture, offered Huberman a refuge, but it was a world fraught with risks and dangers. Here, he was exposed to drugs and alcohol, substances that became a means to escape the turmoil of his personal life. These new habits marked a stark departure from the curious and studious child he once was, signaling a troubling shift in his life's direction. His mother, grappling with her own challenges, could not provide the support and structure Huberman needed. His father, once a steady presence, was no longer a daily part of his life. This absence of parental oversight meant that Huberman had to navigate these difficult years largely on his own, without the guidance that is so crucial during one's formative teenage years. The impact of this absence was significant. Without a guiding hand to steer him back toward his early passions, Huberman drifted further away from the world of academia and deeper into the street culture that had embraced him. The turning point. Andrew Huberman's journey through his tumultuous teenage years reached a critical point when his troubled habits and ignoring school led to a consequential intervention. The school system intervened, recognizing the need for drastic measures, placing Huberman in a residential treatment program. This program, located on the peninsula, was not a response to drug or alcohol use or any harmful behavior towards himself or others. It was primarily due to his consistent absence from school. The treatment program represented a stark departure from his life on the streets, introducing structure and discipline in an attempt to reroute his path. However, this intervention was not an immediate fix to the deep-rooted issues Huberman was grappling with. Despite the program's structured environment and therapeutic efforts, it was insufficient to rekindle his lost interest in academics or provide him with a clear direction for his future. After his release from the program, Huberman continued to struggle with education. He moved between schools, encountering the same challenges each time: a lack of enthusiasm for his studies and an inability to engage with the academic rigor that once captivated his interest. A continued sense of aimlessness characterized this period as Huberman grappled with finding his place and purpose. The turning point in this phase of Huberman's life came on July 4th, 1994. On this day, he found himself involved in a physical fight, a fight that escalated to a dangerous level, involving weapons and a confrontation with the police. This harrowing experience served as a wake-up call for Huberman. After the life-altering fight on July 4th, 1994, Andrew Huberman reached a critical juncture in his life. This moment led to an emotional promise to his mother that would become the cornerstone of his transformation. After recognizing the depths to which his life had spiraled, Huberman made a heartfelt commitment to turn things around. This pledge began a period of intense self-discipline and hard work for Huberman. He approached his newfound commitment with a level of determination that had been absent in his earlier years. This phase of his life was characterized by an almost monk-like devotion to reshaping his future. He immersed himself in his studies, adopting a rigorous and disciplined approach to his education. Huberman would spend countless hours reading and rereading his textbooks, repeatedly committing the information to memory. His efforts were not in vain. Through sheer hard work and determination, Huberman began to see the fruits of his labor. His grades improved dramatically, reflecting his commitment to turning his life around. Rediscovering passion. Andrew Huberman's transformation, fueled by his promise and self-discipline, led to a renewed interest in academia, particularly in the field of neuroscience. This renewed focus marked the beginning of a remarkable academic journey. Huberman enrolled at the University of California, Santa Barbara, UC Santa Barbara. At UC Santa Barbara, Huberman's interest in neuroscience began to take a definitive shape. An enthusiastic engagement replaced his previous educational struggles with his studies. This change in attitude was evident in his academic performance. Once a student barely getting by, Huberman transformed into a diligent scholar, achieving high grades and showing a particular aptitude for neuroscience. His hard work and dedication were undeniable, laying a strong foundation for his future endeavors in the field. After success at UC Santa Barbara, Huberman continued his academic journey at the University of California, Berkeley. Here he began to delve deeper into neuroscience, working in labs and participating in significant research projects. Substantial academic achievements marked his time at Berkeley. Huberman's contributions to the fields of brain development, brain function, and neuroplasticity began to gain recognition. His work was not just confined to the academic realm, it had practical implications, contributing valuable insights to understanding the human brain. Huberman's growing influence in neuroscience was becoming evident. His research and findings significantly impacted the field, garnering attention from the academic community and the broader public. Beyond the lab, Andrew Huberman's journey took an innovative turn when he ventured into the realms of social media and podcasting. This new phase of his career was a mere extension of his academic pursuits and a conscious effort to reach a wider audience and share his neuroscience knowledge with the general public. Huberman began by sharing posts on Instagram, initially presenting scientific information in a straightforward manner. He found his unique voice as time progressed, combining his deep scientific knowledge with an engaging and accessible approach. The onset of the COVID-19 pandemic in 2020 played a significant role in expanding Huberman's outreach efforts. During this global crisis, there was a widespread thirst for reliable, science-backed information, especially concerning health and well-being. Huberman stepped into this space, offering practical, evidence-based advice to help people navigate the challenges posed by the pandemic. His contributions were particularly valuable when misinformation was rampant and the public desperately sought trustworthy sources. Huberman's efforts during the pandemic significantly enhanced his visibility and influence. He provided clear, concise, and useful information at a time when it was most needed. This period marked a notable increase in public engagement as more people turned to his content for guidance and clarity during a confusing and stressful time. The impact of his work during the pandemic also led to increased recognition of Huberman's expertise beyond the academic sphere. His ability to communicate complex scientific concepts in an understandable and relatable manner resonated with a broad audience, further solidifying his role as a key figure in public science communication. This phase of Huberman's career exemplified his commitment to making neuroscience accessible and relevant to everyday life, particularly in challenging times. Andrew Huberman's story is a powerful testament to the resilience of the human spirit and the transformative power of determination and hard work. From a troubled youth navigating the complexities of life without guidance to a renowned neuroscientist making significant contributions to our understanding of the brain, his journey is nothing short of inspirational. Huberman's life reminds us that our past does not define our future. Instead, our relentless pursuit of growth and understanding shapes our destiny. Huberman's story is a reminder that even in the darkest of times, there is always a path to redemption and achievement.